Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to talk about a really powerful idea in modern software called independent deployability. Now, I know it sounds a bit technical, but trust me, it's a simple concept with huge implications for how fast and safe you can be. And to really get it, we've got to start with a frustration that I'm sure we've all felt.
So let's kick things off with a question that probably hits a little too close to home. You've made a tiny, simple code change, right? Maybe you're just fixing a typo. But to get that little fix out to your users, you have to start this giant, scary release process that involves the entire application. It's slow, it's risky, and honestly, it just feels totally ridiculous. So why does this happen? Well, that's the classic pain of a big, monolithic system.
And the solution to that pain is exactly what we're talking about today: independent deployability. At its heart, it's the principle that every single piece of your system can be pushed to production all by itself. No waiting, no coordination with other teams, no depending on any other component. And this isn't just a small improvement, it's a complete game changer in how we build and ship software. Okay, so to really understand this, we have to treat it as more than just some nice idea. It's really the #1 rule of this entire approach.
Just listen to how absolute that statement is. There's no wiggle room there. It's not a nice to have. It is the non-negotiable foundation. If one of your components can't be deployed without another one tagging along, then they simply aren't independent. And getting this one thing right is what unlocks pretty much every other benefit we're about to talk about.
So what do you get for all this effort? Well, one of the biggest wins is how it totally changes your relationship with your resources, both in terms of servers and, money. Let's look at how this plays out with scaling and costs. Think about it. In the old monolithic world, if one tiny part of your app suddenly gets a ton of traffic, what do you have to do? You've got to scale the whole thing. You end up paying for more power for all these other parts of the system that don't even need it. Independent deployability lets you do something way smarter: selective scaling. You only spin up resources for the specific service that's actually under load. It's the difference between using a sledgehammer and using a scalpel. Let's make this real with a quick story. So imagine a company called Shippin Incorporated. Most of their system is super secure. It handles sensitive financial data, so they run it on these expensive, locked-down servers they own. But they've got this one small, non-sensitive service, let's say it's a currency converter, that gets a ton of traffic and really needs to scale up. So here's their problem. Are they really going to go out and buy more of that super expensive, secure hardware just to handle a little currency converter? That would be incredibly wasteful and take forever. There's got to be a better way, right? Of course there is, because that little currency converter is independently deployable. They can do something completely different. So, step 1, they deploy only that one service to a cheap, flexible public cloud. Step 2, they can scale it up and down whenever they need to, only paying for what they actually use. And step 3, the result is a huge drop in costs and a massive boost in flexibility. It's a perfect example of the direct financial win from this one principle.
But the benefits go way beyond just servers and saving money. Actually, one of the biggest impacts is on people. This principle completely changes how your teams work together, or maybe more to the point, how they don't have to.
And here's the absolute key insight. When your code is tangled together, your teams get tangled together. It's that simple. Releases get totally bogged down in meetings, in waiting for other teams to be ready. All that coordination is like this massive hidden tax that just kills your team's speed.
Just look at the difference here. It's like two different worlds. On one side, you've got the coordinated release. It's this slow, fragile dance where multiple teams all have to sync up perfectly, creating all these bottlenecks. But on the other side, you have the independent release. One team owns their service. When it's ready, they ship it. That's it. No waiting, no meetings. They are autonomous and they are fast. This is the kind of change that lets teams go from releasing maybe once a quarter to releasing several times a day.
Okay, we have definitely covered a lot of ground here. So let's just boil it all down to the key things you should walk away with.
All right? If you only remember 3 things from this, make it these. First, independent deployability gives you selective scaling, which means you only pay for what you actually need. Second, that directly leads to some serious cost savings and flexibility. And third, and this is a big one, it unlocks true team autonomy, getting rid of bottlenecks and letting your teams just go. So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this one question to think about for your own work. Just take a hard look at how you release software right now. Is that process empowering your teams, making them faster and stronger? Or is it just a source of friction, constantly holding them back? The answer to that question really tells you everything.
And that's all for this explainer. Hey, if you found this useful, do me a favor and like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the stuff that shapes our technology. Thanks for watching.